Hello, hi, and welcome back to my channel. This is the third time that I have tried to film this video in the past week, so I'm really hoping that this is the one that works. But hey, nice to see you. Or I can't really see you because that'd be kind of creepy, but that, like, the whole FBI camera theory is like a whole different thing that we're not going to be getting into today. Today, we're going to be talking about mirrors and if there's actually a reality on the other side. The alternate universe in a mirror theory, I think, is one that's pretty common when you ask yourself, what if? Especially because most people have a mirror, so you're seeing it all the time, and even when you're little, you're like, what if there was a world on the other side? So I think it's something that everyone has at one point thought of. I was thinking about it the other day because I was watching Lock and Key, which, for those of you who don't know, is a Netflix original TV series about a family that moves into this house that the dad owned, and they find, well, the littlest boy keeps finding these keys all around the house, and the keys have magical powers, and there's this like whole plot afoot. But the big point of this is that in the first episode, they find one key that you push into a mirror. And when they put it in the mirror, the faces of the reflection got like really creepy, like, and I think that's pretty creepy. That's pretty much textbook reality on the other side for the mirror theory. And it's like, oh yes, they're gonna like go in and it's gonna be this like alternate mirror reality, and then the mirror reality them is gonna try and take their place because that's what reflections are supposed to do in TV shows. But it wasn't that. It was just some like prison world thing that no one can really get out of unless you have help. So we're going to talk about the mirror theory because I was all excited for that. And since the mirror theory is honestly one of like the most common what ifs I think there is out there, I figured we'd start with that. So today's question is there a universe on the other side of the mirror? So there's a few ways we can look at this. So we can look at this as it is a parallel dimension, or if it's just like an alternative. Well, there's really only one way we can look at this. In most interpretations of the parallel mirror world theory, the world is basically a reflection of our own, hence why it's related to a mirror. So according to New Scientist, a parallel universe might not be as far away as we think it is. The only thing is that they'd have to find a place that has near everything. So all the atoms have to be the same, all the planets have to be the same. Everything in this world has to be the same as ours. It just has to be flipped. I think with the mirror reality, I don't think that a lot of stuff would be very different. I think we'd still have our celebrities. I think you'd still have whoever's president in the mirror world would be the same president as there is here. I think fashion trends would be the same, because obviously when you look in the mirror, it's like you're getting a glimpse into the mirror world, right? So I think that aside from the backwardsness of everything would probably be the same. But there are, like, content-wise, but there's a few things that I think would be different. So I think that directions obviously would be different. Like, I'm really curious to know if, like, they would still call right, or if right would be left, and I'm kind of realizing that I don't know how the camera is picking this up, so I might be pointing in like the opposite directions as when I actually think I am. So, but you get the idea, like, would they have different words for stuff? And another thing that I'm actually like kind of curious about is, would rivers run the opposite direction? Like, instead of running south, would the river just suddenly go north in the opposite world? I feel like you'd walk forward still, because when you walk like towards a mirror, you're still walking forwards. So I feel like walking, you wouldn't be walking backwards everywhere. My biggest question about like the whole parallel mirror thing is probably like the values of the other side. Because if everything is flipped, would a sense of right and wrong be flipped too? Because like here, if you murder someone, that's kind of like, okay, wait, I probably shouldn't be talking about murder. So we're here, things that like we consider good would be bad over there, and vice versa, if that makes sense. So like, we can't, our idea of good is their idea of bad, and their idea of good is our idea of bad, if that's kind of what I think the big thing for me, at least in the mirror theory, is. I think that there's like a skewed sense of morals, like they're parallel to each other. And I think this relates to why our worlds are kept separate. I think that if you like cross the barrier, obviously if you have somebody doing all the wrong things in the world, that's going to cause a lot of issues. But another thing is too, I'm pretty sure it's like a rule or something, in some kind of quantum thing, that you're not supposed to meet the version of yourself from that world. Like, you cannot meet the you of world number 679. Like, if I walked to my mirror, because like I can see my mirror right now. There's my mirror and my like alternate mirror twin. Hi. If I walked towards my mirror, me in the mirror would be walking towards me. So I don't think that you can cross the mirror, unless if you cross the mirror. If you cross the mirror, one thing that I think might happen is that you could switch places with yourself. Like, that's the only other way I could see this working. But as mentioned a few minutes, seconds earlier, I'm not really sure how this is going to end it. As mentioned earlier, I don't think that you can cross over, because if you cross over, then that's when you have trouble in the other world. Like, imagine how much chaos that would cause. So that's why I think that the worlds are kept separate. So I think that pretty much sums up what if there was a universe on the other side of mirrors. I would love to hear everyone's take on this, so leave a comment below, and I'll see you next time.